folks. We are one Dave down because one Dave is on vacation, or kind of vacation. No, he's not on vacation. He got pulled away for a work trip, and it's just gonna be us two, and we're just gonna talk. And if you guys are just coming in from some Serie A matches, quite is the interesting match weekend to say the least, with certain movements and a bunch of red cards, and Milan screwing the pooch for us. Unfortunately, not doing us any favors, and here to talk about some of this shenanigans, and it's been more than 15 seconds. Shithousery. I've got German Dave. How are you, buddy?
It's the host that loves you most. Welcome to podcast episode 9. And today we're gonna talk about Dusan Vlahovic, maybe the best striker we ever had in Serie A. No,
And end
fuck that
stream.
guy.
And end stream. But alas, so you can see it in the name of the title. How are we going to move forward? Are we going towards a banter, a chance to rebuild? We'll talk about that. Um, we'll kind of briefly touch on that, and then obviously we'll open up the lines and have some folks come in for a discussion if there's anything people want to be passionate about. We're still a little bit rocked. We saw heel John Cena, and that still kind of threw us off. Frankie,
It's crazy.
shout out to Frankie. Frankie was watching the Elimination Chamber with German Dave and myself. So, whew, what a wrestling night!
What a night,
Um,
man.
wow. So, were you able to catch any of the Serie A games, or were you still like half awake?
Nah, man. I didn't watch like besides my Berlin team getting clapped, I didn't watch anything today.
I watched Milan Lazio, and I was hoping that Milan would at least like force them to draw, or at least get a win off of that. But no, they couldn't. Um, Ironically, Milan got a red card minute 67, and then they somehow scored an equalizer after that. And then I'm sitting there thinking, hold the game, hold the game, hold the game. But I'm not gonna lie though, Lazio won a dodgy penalty in my opinion. Like super, super dodgy. Cause like
Wanna explain?
yeah. So Zaccagni receives a through ball. I think it was Zaccagni. I don't remember it. Hold on, let me double check. No, Isakson. Isaksen's
Oh,
receiving the ball.
no, Gustav, my guy.
Yeah. So he's receiving the ball and he's in the box.
Is it Gustav Isaacson? I hope I'm not telling you fake news.
No, you're right. Our
Okay.
Denny,
Okay,
good
okay,
old
okay.
Denmark friend. So Gustav is receiving a through ball and he takes a touch outside, and the touch that he takes pretty much takes the ball past the touch line for out of bounds. And it's away from the goal. Magnan comes out and slides to try to like prevent a shot. But like as Gustav is taking the touch, he clips Magnan. And I'm watching it. I'm like, there's nothing there. VAR interferes, tells the referee to look at it. The referee does a and then goes in and looks at it and then awards the penalty. And then Lazio win it at the death. And I'm like looking at it. And I'm like, dude, Gustav takes a touch away from the net. How is that any like I don't know. And it's like Paramount was like trying to argue and say, well, it was contact in the box, and that's what constitutes a penalty, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, because in my opinion, I don't think that was a penalty. Like I don't know. Like to me, I found that like super super odd.
The problem is with those calls, like where you collide with a goalkeeper or where he tries to save a ball and he runs into you, or some kind of goalkeeper contact. Those are always like gray area-ish calls because there's like almost always contact, but some referees deem the contact not to be sufficient enough for a penalty, for example, because sometimes like he's just like yeah, just giving the opponent a little touch, like not even like actually fouling or slide tackling or taking a leg away or something like that. And those get goals for penalties. Sometimes they don't. Honestly, don't get your goalkeeper in those situations.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I found it really dodgy, and I'm just kind of like, that makes no sense to me why you would call that, because that's not really a goal scoring opportunity. But I don't know. Like it just seems really really weird to me. I don't know, that to me was terrible. I thought that was a poor call from them. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Like Juve should not have any concern with finishing top four, in my opinion. But you know, I don't know what level of consistency we're gonna hit at some point, but yeah,
I still think we will. I don't think Lazio doesn't have the consistency. Bologna almost certainly will not have it. Fiorentina almost certainly will not have it. Roma is still up and
Ro-
down.
well, Roma.
Milan, and Dash, my brother, you have to apologize to the public out there for hyping up Milan when they saw
I
them.
to be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck happened there.
I I told you
I don't know what the
it's
hell happened there.
it's not like that. It's not even a question of who the coach is.
No, it's just that whole
The
thing just needs to get nuked.
the team
Like
construction is not good,
they're
honestly.
just like a worse version of us.
I have a couple of Milan fans, and one of their biggest problems, besides having a trash defense, they are fed up with Leao. Like they
Oh, they've been
like
fed up
this
with him for years.
Yeah, for a while now, and they desperately like want to get rid of him. The problem is nobody so far actually wanted him because he has like work ethic issues. Those dives he has where he concedes like a second yellow
Yeah.
when he doesn't think stuff through. His finishing is atrocious. Like he's speed and dribbling, but it doesn't end up in a high in a yeah in a high amount of goals and assists. So he's all foreplay, and they don't like that. And for the amount of money that Milan could have earned with him, like a couple of years ago, like what would the most they get now from 50, 60, something like that,
Mhm.
and that just because he is a speed demon. So yeah, they don't like the team at all, and it's yeah just like you can't put any coach in there, you can't put Pep Guardiola in there, and with that
No,
defense and
that
with
yeah,
dumb wingers like that, he won't do shit.
that team needs to get just nuked.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's just at that point where it's just
yeah.
absolutely garbage.
And honestly, the only player for Milan that I would keep, Santi Jimenez, great striker.
I was gonna say
I keep
you can't say not with Frankie in the chat.
no, but they got a gem in him. Reinders, maybe one of the best midfielders in Syria, one of the best ball carriers. He is playing a Goretzka-ish role, arriving late into the box, getting his shots off. Pause. And honestly, that's what they have. That's that's what they have. Like the defense is bad. Like you can like Theo Hernandez. I don't understand. Like for a player that was touted or named by a lot of people like world class, how he is so inconsistent and up and down, and I don't know, man.
I just think that term is loosely used now. World
Oh
class.
yeah, world class, absolutely.
I think it's a loose term at this point, but
Yeah,
you know, I know you were kind of like skeptical, but like I think Roma have like sneakily been on a run. Like if you don't count like Europa League and Coppa Italia, like they haven't lost a game in
their last loss was ironically
Milan in the
to
Coppa Italia. Like if you take
oh
the
that
cup
was
matches
Copa.
out,
Yep.
yeah, if you take out the cup matches, the last
Oh,
loss they had,
they haven't lost in a while, yeah.
yeah, the last loss was December
But they
15th
tied a lot.
against
It's
Como.
almost like us.
So they drew well, they won more than we did,
Yeah.
but they drew once against Milan in Serie A, and then if we look here, so a draw against Napoli, draw against Bologna, and that's it. They've only drawn 3 times and won the rest.
Looks like dude,
That
run, run.
they're at
Hey,
43 points.
honestly, if your club is in crisis and you need a coach to breathe like a little bit of life into your team, it's Ranieri.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that guy has so much energy, but the like after a season that energy like fizzles out because he
Well,
demands
yeah,
so much of his players.
he's a transition coach. Like that's
Yeah,
kind of what his role is. But yeah, right now they're at 43. So I could see them and Bologna potentially challenging for 5 and
yeah.
6. It depends on whether or not Fiorentina is able to kind of pull themselves back out of the rut. But I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
but I think
interesting.
Roma's. the Roma's run at some point
Oh, it's gonna end.
will fizzle down as well. Like he
No,
is
for
actually
sure.
demanding a lot of them if you look like how much they are running and pressing, and that wasn't even their playing style.
No.
So
Well, yeah, because they
he
had Ivan Juric.
he changed
Juric
it all.
was say Juric's style was super
Yeah.
super negative, super anti-offensive, not that much movement, just quick counters.
Yeah.
But I digress. We move over to us because there is some news. Apparently, Thiago Motta does not like Fabiane Della Valle because, according to this, I don't really know why this is going all over Twitter, but fuck it, we'll share it and talk about it and react to it. But she essentially asks Thiago about if he has trust in the says, "Do you have the trust of the management and players?" Yes. Long silence. I don't know why.
Buongiorno Fabiana Della Valle, Gazzetta dello Sport. Sono stati giorni difficili, come hai detto tu, di confronti, di analisi, di riflessioni. Ci sono state le parole di Giuntoli che ha detto chiaramente che crede nel progetto. Ecco, tu senti la fiducia della società e anche quella dei tuoi giocatori?
Sì.
Yeah, but what is he supposed to
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this is like a big thing. Like long silence.
I always hate these fucking questions, man, press conferences. I get it, like the journalists like need to ask that, or the director of their newspaper or news outlets like demand for them to ask those dumb questions sometimes. But what's the answer you expect?
Yeah, but you want to know the funny thing about it is like, and you look at it from context, right? Where if Max was asked this last year, people would have been like, "See, Max is a pussy. He's not going to answer that question." Where it's like this one, it says, "Oh, I guess Mota doesn't like Fabiane." Where it's like, seriously,
Yeah.
like,
No, but that is just dumb.
no, I know.
No, honestly, nobody in the Juventus yeah, their press department likes her because she always asks those dumb questions where it's very
Toxic.
no, not even to say like critical. She writes like toxic and sometimes wrong articles. So honestly, nobody likes likes her in that press conference room, but it is what it is, man. I don't think it is something personal. It's just yeah, what are you supposed to say to a dumb question like that?
Yeah, and then the other video that's going around right now is apparently the ultras have nothing to do this Sunday evening, so they've gone to the management here.
Yeah.
And it ends with them calling Mota a piece of shit. So that's kind of the whole thing of this. I guess these guys had nothing better to do tonight, so they went here and did this. I still find, I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion, but I still find this ultra stuff kind of like hyper corny. Makes no sense to me.
It's ultras. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's just like, all right, cool. Like I understand that they're pissed off, but it seems just super corny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, bad management, bad this, blah 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 blah, and then it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. So, honestly, I don't even care about those like side wars or those fights on the side. Like I don't even read into that stuff because I have better to do with my time. And a lot
Yeah,
more to do with my time, so I'm not reading all of that X stuff. And yeah,
but I mean,
honestly,
go ahead.
no. If you have something on this topic, you can go for it because I have a lot of different thoughts.
Yeah, so I'll close out the Malta presser as well because I don't have audio on this one, but it says it has been easy these days, but it's our duty to think about the next match, train, and I don't know. Like for me, it's just like I look at it where I'm very very skeptical on the whole like Like, I don't know why people are trying to look into Malta's press conferences. Like, who the hell cares? Like, it's just like, to me, it's just, I look at people like that and I'm just like, you guys need to go find something better to do. Like you're sitting there basing everything. Like, look at how he answered this question. He has no idea what he's doing. Oh my gosh. And it's like, dude, really? Really? Come on now. Like, do you not have anything better to do at this point
No,
than
this is why I'm saying, like, I have a lot better to do with my time rather than reading into that stuff. And yeah, then there's people like sharing that stuff. Honestly, it's just press speech, man. He answered the question like a short yes. Like, what is he supposed to say? Like, oh no, the management, trust me, I'll be fired. Like, Verona is my last game as Juventus head coach. No, man, what the fuck is he supposed to say?
yeah. But anyways, German Dave, carry on with what you wanted to go with.
So, look, I know we laugh a lot about Manchester United, right?
Yep.
And I want to leave that laughing about them and that yeah, fun or all the fun we make of them. I want to push that aside for a second because I think we should honestly see what's happening over there as a warning. Do you remember when we said, "Oh, we are almost like Arsenal fans there who like they are still like talking about their 2004 invincible season, and after that haven't won shit under Arteta. They won not more than an FA Cup, and this is his 5th or 6th season as a
Yeah.
head coach already.
Yep.
He spent like almost like 750 million pounds. I believe that is almost 800 million in euros, like on that squad. But the actual example we should be looking for is honestly Manchester United. And dude, that comment aggravated me because I'm in the middle of my thought, man. Okay, so
Hey, no, Sven, you almost fucked up today. You almost fucked up today against the Milan that practically gave you that. No, I was gonna sit there and flip tables.
Chat, you take care of that. Let us not react. Chat,
I'm
have
just
fun with
saying.
it.
I'm just
So
saying.
no,
But go
but
on.
okay. Look, Manchester United has a very bad age and wage structure. They have
Yes.
Casemiro, who is on a lot of money. Onana is one of the best paid or one of the highest paid goalkeepers in the world. They're paying Anthony to be on loan away at Real Betis. They are paying Rashford to be at loan at Aston Villa, and the situation for them is bad because the amount of money they have to spend to get rid of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you tank your values, your sporting vision, if you go down a road like that to be this much of a banter club right now, and you have to think like they came literally from the highest of highs, man. So it is actually a sad story and a sad example that we should see as a warning, because we haven't won like anything big in a while now.
Yeah.
We won Coppa Italia last season, which is good. And we sack coaches like on the way to where we are. And we are in a situation where we still, because of Vlahovic, have a bad salary structure, but it's getting better. And when we finally get rid of Vlahovic, like it's finally like it's actually cleared up, and you can think over about the future because of the money that frees up, and that will help you in the long term as well. So I said all of that to say, like where we have to start. You need a strong sporting structure, like a strong management. And that is maybe at Manchester United the biggest problem they have, the leadership and the management at the club. Second to that is the players. The actual players they have are not bad. I know we laugh about De Ligt. He's not bad. He's good to okay above average, but he's at least like above average, right? He's not a bad player. Even Maguire, I know like people made a meme out of him, but he's not bad. He's also above average. Lisandro Martinez, okay, he's injured, he's a bit smaller, but he's a good defender. Like the team they have, they bought Patrick Dorgu from Lecce. I think all of us agree because we watched him more than Manchester United fans watched him, and all of us think he's good, right? So they have an actual team that is getting sabotaged by management. So in order to get the proper team running, you have to sort out management. And I don't think our management and our leadership is organized well. And so now you can ask, is Giuntoli the right one for the job? I don't know, because we have seen positive and negative, right? It's not like it hasn't been great, but it hasn't been shit as well. Like he got us actual like good players and some like bad, okay, like below average players as well. So it's been like, I don't know. It's been okay what he has done. So okay, you go down from the management, is the coach the problem? And there then we have the problem with inexperience, right? Like, how are you supposed to set a culture? Like Manchester United is lacking a culture because they don't have actual leaders on the pitch. Bruno Fernandes is their captain, right? But he's not a leader on the pitch. Like a guy that he's maybe their most talented player. You have to say that. But Bruno Fernandes is like he can't be the leader of your team. A guy that is doing dives, that is throwing himself on the pitch like with every content to win like cheap free kicks. I get it. He's winning them because he's great at taking set pieces, converting direct free kicks, or even assisting from them. But that is not the spine you want to build your team around. That is not a culture you want to build. And we have the exact same problem. Who do we build this team around? Where does the culture come from? Like Ruben Amorim, their head coach, at least won something in Portugal, right? And he's usually, and from everybody saw, he is a no bullshit coach. Like he sent, for example, Garnacho when he was subbed out shortly before halftime, the last game, not today versus Fulham, but versus man, I forgot who they played. He went immediately into the locker room, and I think he drove home if I'm correct.
Yeah, he did.
And
He just left the
and
light.
yeah, and Amory managed that well. Like he made him pay for team dinner and blah blah blah. He said, okay, he's young, like I will not suspend him, but he's managing that stuff well. Like he had problems with Rashford's work ethic, and they sent him on loan to Aston Villa, right? And Anthony, we don't know if he's actually trash or whether the Manchester United curse caught him, but he's at Bitters now and getting practice, and maybe he builds up a bit of value for them to sell him in the summer. So he's still taking care of that stuff. So Amorim, in my opinion, is a leader as a coach. But where do we get leadership from? Like we haven't got them on the pitch. We haven't gotten one on the bench. So we have to set the culture. In my opinion, the most important thing is this is not a motto out like talk I want to have right now. Number one, I was never motto in, but okay, leaving that aside, you need to get players that are setting a culture. You need leaders on the pitch, especially after you send them all away, and that is a problem that the management created, or the coach, or whoever wanted to get rid of Danilo, for example, who is your actual captain who was fighting for the club. And you heard his words when he left. He said that like this Juventus is not the same like as when I got there. So you have to build a culture. You have to get leaders, and That is the culture set that you need, man.
Well, the culture is a major thing when it comes to building a team, because if you don't have proper culture, you don't have a locker room. If you don't have a locker room, you can't get results. You can't get results. You can't get to where you need to go. Where it's you need, and like for example, the reason why, like for example, certain coaches are able to do what they do is because they have that culture, and then they also have veteran players to enforce said culture. Where it's like I look at, like for example, what the roster is now, and it's like, who's there to enforce this? Gotti? Like with all, and again, Frankie, I know you're in the chat, buddy, but like with all due respect to Gotti, Gotti hasn't been at Juventus long enough to
And
be
he's
that
not
guy,
supposed to be your leader as well.
and he's not. Like who? Pinsolio? Like that's your guy?
Yeah, but your third goalkeeper who isn't on the pitch.
Exactly, but again, it brings it to my point where I look at the roster and I say, who's supposed to, like, who are those people? Because there's like, I'll pull it up now. Let's look at the squad. So you have Lloyd Kelly, Bremer, who's away from the team. Bremer's not even on the sideline, right? He's not even there.
Yeah.
Cambiaso's young. He's only been at Juve for 2 seasons.
Not the leader, though.
And Cabal is essentially, again, not even been here a year. Kalulu again. Gotti's, like, I look at this, it's Gotti is the only person on this roster that's been here outside of Bremer that's been here for multiple years, more than 2 years.
And
That's in your entire back line. Rui doesn't count. Rizzo doesn't count. Savona don't count. Those were next gen players. Cambiaso was his first full season was last year. So he hasn't been here for 2 years. So it's just like I look at it and it's like, okay. You look at, and that's your back line. So when we get to your midfield, the only player that's been here long is McKennie and Locatelli. And McKennie's been here longer than Locatelli. McKennie is your most senior player in the midfield at roughly around 5 years. Locatelli's at 4. And out of both of them, have they accomplished anything major? Maybe on the international stage with McKennie, but that's CONCACAF stuff. And then Locatelli has that Euro that he was on the bench for the most part. Like those two were never leading figures of anything they did. So it's like I look at it and it's just like, again, Douglas Luiz, Coop Myers, Thuram, Adzic, and Pagnuccio have never, like, it's their first season here. So who's organizing and who's managing the midfield? Maybe Locatelli? And then we look at the forward line. I don't even consider Milik because Milik's not even around. Milik's nowhere near the team.
No, and even on the pitch, like he's not the leader as well. Like
No.
he's not a loud player. He doesn't have a lot of energy. Like he is there on the pitch and that, like when he plays.
Yes.
And that's it.
Timmy Weah has only been there for a year. So Jimmy's not even considered a veteran player. Mugnani, Gonzalez, Conceição, Mangula, Yildiz. They've all been roughly about 1 to 2 years tops at Juve. The only person that's been there longer is Dusan. Is Dusan a leader? Absolutely fucking not. He can pride himself on Instagram as much of as a leader that he is. He's more of a loser than a leader, but
doesn't show it on the pitch. I judge him by what he's showing on the pitch. I'm not even looking into his Instagram or socials and stuff like that. Like I only go by what I see on the pitch, and that has been lackluster so far.
So it's just like I look at it and it's like, again, your senior forward is Dusan, your senior midfielder is McKennie, and your most senior defender is Gotti. You're asking for trouble from an organizational standpoint. Like, with all due respect, you're not going to do well with that because, again, your most senior goalkeeper is your third keeper in Pinsolio, who never sees the field. So it's like
the structure is not good.
No, there's no structure whatsoever. And with all due respect to Thiago, but Thiago ain't that guy to build that kind of structure. The only time you could get something out of this is you would have to have a very abrasive coach that is not afraid to rough it up with players and with the management. And that's where I think we're teetering on that Manchester United banter area, because it's stuff like that. Because because right now we're either 1 foot out or 1 foot in, and we're teetering on that edge. And I could sit here and I could debate and say, well, we need to sign this player because this player, I'm not even going to entertain that, because I don't even know what the hell we're going to play next year. I don't even know what the hell we're going to look like next year. So it's just, for me, I don't even know if Moto's going to be the coach next season. So what's the point of me sitting here saying, oh, we need to buy this player to do this, to do this, to do that, where I don't even know what the hell, where are we going to be next year? Like, I could probably do squad building in July or August, maybe. But again, like, for example, this is where I'm a little bit confused, and maybe you have some thoughts on this, Dave, but where's all this Gasparini fucking excitement coming from?
I don't know.
Like, I just, like, I look at it and, oh yeah, oh man, I've been a big fan of him, and it's like, no one has.
I said the whole damn time we have to look outside of Italy now. Like all this love and thinking only about like Italian players, Italian coaches. Like we have to go outside the box if you want to rebuild. And I'm not calling this a project because I fucking hate that term. Like this is a process. Rebuilding is always a process that takes time. And if you're a well-run club, you constantly rebuild and reinvent yourself.
Yeah, you're retooling. You're always retooling.
When you're Real Madrid, you sent away like Toni Kroos, but who did you get the season earlier? Jude Bellingham. Gave him a full season to accommodate. Like you had Benzema, okay, you knew you will get Mbappe the next couple of years. You didn't splash like big money on a striker. You got them Joselu, who had, I believe, like 25 GA across the whole season, which is
Yeah.
fine enough if you have Rodri, Bellingham, who is scoring, who played as a 10, and Vinicius Junior on the left. So an actual like good run club is reinventing itself and changing the players before they run out of energy. And we don't do that.
No. If
For
anything,
example,
we buy
we
players
know
without energy.
we knew we were short of center backs, right?
Yep.
We knew that. At the start of the season, we had Bremer. We like why we played Cabal as a center back, man. He's not a center back, but we played him as a center back. Palulu, we don't like him as a center. Like, who likes him as a center back? His best position, in my opinion, is right back, right? Because he has been also like he's not physically strong enough to play center back. No, maybe he can get away with it if you have Bremer next to him, but that wouldn't be my first option either. Nigati, we like him, but he shouldn't be the starter. He is the guy that I don't know when you rotate and stuff like that. So why didn't we sign a striker? Hermoso, his contract ran out at Atletico. He was free. Why was Roma the first club to sign him? As an example. Skriniar, he went from like on loan from PSG. Why weren't we the first club to sign him? Those are 29-year-olds that's like center backs, like age like fine wine, up until like 31, 32. So why didn't you take any of those? They are leaders on the pitch, but we didn't get them because we are so married to this idea of playing beautiful football and build from the back.
And young players also.
Yeah.
Like, remember that, young players. Because it's just like that. That's the thing that I don't understand is this fixation with the kids and the young players. Like, I never really understood the logic behind it, because it's just, you have to have a proper balance.
Yep.
You have to have players that have gone to the dance, that have danced the dance, and then also the up and comers, where you can have it balanced. And again, it's like our good friend Sven, the fascist, is saying, 16
Oh,
new
he's right.
players.
He's right
He's
about
right.
that.
Big injuries.
I hate you, brother. No, it's all jokes. But he's speaking. Yeah.
But the other thing too is just like I don't know if I can sit here and say that I feel bad for Mota. Because, like, for example, Mota and Gentili discuss with themselves, hey, this is the profiles that I want, this is what we need to do.
The problem, or my question is, do we know that Matcha has actual power, or is Juntoli just deciding everything?
I doubt it. It never happens like that.
But if
Because,
you
like,
have a power hungry sporting director,
yeah, but is
that
Gentili going to sit there and negotiate and argue for Koopmeyers for a month and a half? If that's something he didn't like, for example, if that's something that Mota and them didn't want.
it was a long-term goal of his. Like he had that vision even before we finished the Allegri season. Like for those links were there for a couple of seasons. I don't think that is a Thiago Motta exclusive.
I mean that's where I sit there and I think about it. Same thing, like I could understand Douglas Luiz kind of being like, oh shit, hey, he's available, let's get him. Like
That was an
one,
opportunity that you
yeah,
had to take.
that
I would still do it right
I would
now.
still do it. No, I would still do
Yeah.
it from what you were getting. But at the same time, where it's just like, is it like when I look at it, right, where it's just like with Luis and not Thuram, but Luis and Koopmeyer's not working or finding something, you have to also sit there and be like, Mota, dude, how can you not figure out how to make this work?
Yep.
That's where I kind of hold him, where it's just like, dude, how are you not able to get certain things out of that stuff, right? But I don't know. That's where I find things a little bit skeptical on him, because obviously it's not 100% on him. That if I were to say that, that would just make me no different than the Allegri outers of last season. And those guys were a good chunk of those guys were just again spewing out stuff that made absolutely no sense. Oh, trust Gentili. Gentili's our guy. Gentili's this, blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, great. How's that working out for you? And they're all hiding in their caves right now. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you, because I think from that perspective, I do think, like, for example, it's on Gentili for poor squad composition, 100%. Injuries, yes, but the thing is, as a big club, you should be able to overcome Bremer tearing his ACL. You should. Because, it happened to us in 2019. Chiellini tore his ACL. Found a way to make it work. Was it the cleanest title win? No, we held on till the end. It was against Conte's surging Inter and that Atalanta team that was doing really well. And Lazio, ironically, was doing well that season until they had a party in the hotel and fucked everything up. But we still found a way to get through. Albeit it might be through Ronaldo. It is what it is. But again, big clubs are made to handle injuries, are made to handle something like that. Or if you want to sit here and tell me our entire season was derailed because of Bremer's ACL, that to me tells me you're not a big club. Like, you're not. Because with all due respect to Juan Cabal, but he didn't come in as your main foundational piece. He still kind of was starting to break through, but didn't really break through into the squad consistently when he got injured. Because remember, before he got injured, he was gone for like a month on the bench. So it's like, I look at that where I'm just like, how is that a thing? Like, you want to sit here and just be like, okay, we lost Bremer. That's why our defense is conceding like crazy. And it's like, dude, if you are basing your entire season off of one player, that means your team is shit. Like, that's the truth. Because, like, I look at the midfield and it's like, okay, Locatelli's healthy, McKennie's healthy, Thuram is healthy, Koopmeyers apparently has the flu every other week, and then Douglas
broken
Luiz
ribs
is,
every other week.
yeah, and Douglas Luiz apparently just can't play football anymore. So it's like, again, none of these are major injuries. Like, they're not. So, like, for example, the midfield, I hold on Mota, responsibility-wise. Like, the fact that you're not able to get something working from this boggles my mind.
From all those players, yeah.
From all those players. I look at it offensively. Milik is the only player that's not available. Dusan is just dog shit, so I can't even have a conversation about him. Randall Munyani, he's doing well. Gonzalez, I don't know what the hell happened to him. He was having a career season before he joined us. And he was progressively getting better, and then he joined us. Timmy,
And
again, Timmy's a
the
role
first
player.
couple of games that Nico Gonzalez played after his injury when he returned, like, he was actually good, and I don't know what happened after that then.
So it's just like, I look at that, and then Timmy and Weah is just a role player. I don't have high expectations for Weah. Conceição was a role player at Porto that came in to essentially be a depth piece for us. Because in reality, it was supposed to be Dusan, Gonzalez, and Yildiz. And then you have Mbangula, who's a nice surprise that came up. I mean, that's good for him. And then you have Yildiz. So it's like, again, like, for example, with this offense, you have great ingredients, but just dodgy finishing dishes. Like, you have all the ingredients to make an excellent stew, but you're just not making the stew correctly. So it's like that. I don't know. Like, I'm really confused with that. So it's just like, for me, it's like, again, I blame Juntole, but I also blame Mota as well. Because you have decent ingredients. Whether you're not understanding their profiles correctly or you're not utilizing them to where, it's properly suited, that's on him. And then again, like, for example, I can again hold this on Juntole as well, or I can sit here and say, dude, you got players that don't fit your coach's system. Did you guys not have a conversation over the summer? So it's just like, what the hell at this point? Like, either Juntole and Mota didn't talk, and Juntole said, fuck it, I'm buying whatever the hell I want to buy, and Mota make it work, which again is poor management from his part, or is it that Mota wanted these profiles and he got these, but for some reason, either A, he got found out, which is totally possible. You know how many times coaches have blip seasons and then they get tactically found out the next season and they have a sophomore slump. It's understandable. The problem is you can't have a sophomore slump at Juve. You can have a sophomore slump at Bologna, but you can't have a sophomore slump at Juve. Especially because we have a pride. We hold ourselves to an expectation that we need to be where we want to be. And that's it. It's the bottom line. So is it like, for example, Manchester United banter? No, I don't think so. However, whether it's Elkin or whoever, the CEO and the president, those guys need to get involved and they need to get their shit sorted out. Because somebody does need to get held accountable for this season. Because it is inexcusable that you
But
lose.
nobody will.
Nobody
Nobody
will.
will. If you give a sporting director all the power without having somebody that holds him accountable, like, what are you going to do? Like, he handpicked the coach, he handpicked the players. Like, you are in the middle of nowhere when you don't have, like, anybody to take responsibility for anything. And that is a bad situation if you don't have accountability, because that gives everybody an out. Like, the squad building hasn't been good. Yes, of course, we have injury problems. But there's, like, still a standard. I'm not saying we would have, like, fought for the Scudetto without the injuries. Like, I don't think anybody's saying that. Like, Bremer would have won us, like, if he's on the pitch, like, how many points would that be? 6, 7 points, like, in
You won't
total
know.
he would
You
have saved
will
us by
never know.
defensive stability.
You will never know.
But that's it. And that is the biggest injury. Yes, we had Nico Gonzalez out in and out the squad. We had Cope Miners in and out the squad. Douglas Luiz in and out the squad. But we always had, like, players there that should still be able to beat teams like Cagliari, to beat teams like Empoli. Like, that should still be the standard to finish those games. Dude, I'm not angry at the Napoli loss, for example. They're a better constructed team right now. They
Yes.
have young players. They have leaders on the pitch. They have a captain out there. They have a coach that is terrorizing his fucking players if they ain't running. Like the structure, even though I got them, hate them, but the structure at Napoli is good.
It is. It is. And I
So
kind of want to touch on Sven's comment, right? Where he says we have barely had injuries, like barely had injuries. I think you guys are so used to injuries that you don't even fathom that you have a crazy amount because you're used to it. So Juve have 5 to 6 players injured. It's been almost what, 7, 8 years now. We're
oh,
used
we
to
have that
muscle
all
injuries.
the time.
We've
Yeah,
always had them.
yeah.
But again, and don't take this as me dunking on you,
It
right?
has gone so far that we are calling it Jeria 51.
Yeah, like and don't take this the wrong way, but we're used to playing more competitions than you. We are. Again, there's seasons where Lazio only had 1 game a week tops, where it's like, for example, for us, for almost what, 13, 14 years now, we're playing in 4 competitions. And then you count the Club World Cup too. So that's why we've always had muscle injuries. Players have always had certain situations and injuries like that. Because even with international team breaks as well too. So for us, it's like we're used to the injuries because again, kind of like I think Fino Alafina responds to him here, but we've always had additional players to cover those gaps if someone has a muscle injury, if someone has an issue there. Again, I think for Lazio, right, where Lazio is so corely invested in their starting 11 that you guys don't really have good depth pieces. And that's been my biggest complaint for Lotito. And I think Lotito holds your club back more than you imagine. Sure, you're financially good, but you're not going to go far. Unfortunately, I think Lotito holds that team far back than it can be, its potential, because he doesn't get you guys proper depth for you to make a good run in Europa League or to make a good run in Conference League. Like, in my opinion, if Sven, if your Lazio doesn't win the Europa League this season, it's inexcusable for you guys. It really
Uh,
is.
I don't know if it explicates. Yeah, put the pressure on them. I don't mind that.
I
But
mean, that's fine, but like again, I
no,
think they
but
should. They should because they had a
yeah.
great group stage.
No, yes, I agree with that, but there are still like these a lot of decent clubs in the Europa League.
They are, but again, I think they should.
Like
Roma,
there's
with a
still Lyon, there's still Menu, whatever you think about them, Real Sociedad, Ajax, Frankfurt, Roma still in there. God knows why.
Jose Mourinho Roma.
Bilbao is in there, Tottenham is in there. There are a couple of like good clubs by name and lineups. I don't know if inexcusable is the right term.
Because, like, for example, Roma's gone further in that competition with less. I mean, they almost won it if Paulo Dybala didn't shank a shot. So it's, again, like, for me, it's just like I look at it and it's like Lazio shouldn't have any excuse in Europe this season, especially with the way that they're playing and how they're doing stuff. I think they should go decently well. And again, this is the comment where I sit there and I agree with it because like a Thuram, Lukenny, Coop Myers would work for that would make sense for 95, like he says, 95% of rosters in Europe.
And that's what I don't understand. Do you remember before the
The
before
season
the season
started.
started?
Thuram,
And
Luiz, and Coop Myers would be elite. That is an
no,
elite midfield on
and
paper.
I said, do you remember when I said I don't want Pope Miners? Not for that money. I don't think he is an actual fit. Motta doesn't press like Atalanta.
No.
Pope Miners is not a player that is great when you build up from the back. He is a player that works really good in a team that presses high, where he wins the ball and he can like he is a ball carrier. Win the ball, carry it when you find an option, pass it or finish it. Like that's what he's good at. But that is not the Motta way of playing. So
No.
the fit was never good. That's why I always said, like, give me an actual 10. And we
Remember
didn't
we
get
talked
get
about
that.
remember we talked about getting Paulo Dybala. Like, for example,
Yeah.
like it
Dude,
was like
how good would he be in the 10?
I think he'd be really well. And it's like I'm not even like a Paulo Dybala fan, but like I remember you and I were talking about it last summer where we're kind of like,
12 million, man.
what
12.
if we were playing as like
We are about to spend 21 on Lloyd Kelly, man. Don't tell me we could have spent those 12 million on Dybala.
yeah.
By the way, who is even staying fit, and God knows why. Like he had small nicks and some stuff there, but he wasn't out long term. as
No?
far as I know, for Roma.
Because that would have been funny playing a
Should we
4-2-3-1. I was like,
open the lines? No, because we
Yeah.
waffled for 50 minutes yet. I kind of forgot it. This is a college show. I have
got
the
it.
link there.
I got it. I already slapped it out there.
Oh,
But
now it's like that.
it is what it is. But again, if you guys want to touch base on this conversation or not, just click the link and you can hop in. But more so kind of give your thoughts on that. But we haven't even covered pregame for Verona. But is there really anything?
Why would we? For what?
There's nothing. There's no
No,
pregame.
why would we do a pregame for a game where we know we won't play any certain tactical way or with any idea of football? It's always the same. Just get me 3 points. I don't care how. Right now. So
It's broken now.
if you expect me to do a tactical analysis on Verona and how we are able to beat down their low block, brother, you need fucking presses and we don't have that. So get it done somehow. That was my analysis for that game.
That was like heel turn John Cena right there.
Yep. No, what's there to talk about that game? I mean, that doesn't even make. Yeah, we just have to win it. We just have to win it.
So can I unless someone comes in, but can we talk about for example, one of so people are still bringing up the whole remember 2 years ago the Champions League group stages where it was Benfica, PSG, us, and Maccabi Haifa, and people still bring that up where it's just do we not oh, that was a catastrophic failure and yada yada yada, and it's we didn't make the knockout stages this year either. And that season, we legit had, in my opinion, a lesser squad than what we had now. Because 22-23, we didn't have that good of a team. It was Di Maria, that was your addition, and Paul Pogba that summer. So it's just what?
Yeah, it was that season, I believe. We dropped out from Champions League to
into the Europa League.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, look, I hear you saying, you're saying about these last few years, 6-7 years, we've consistently been playing in Europe, although it's been more times Europa League than CL. No, we only played in Europa League one season. And that was the season that we're talking about, the season where we finished third. But no, I mean, the only difference is we're not going deep into Europe. And that's where the thing is we're not going deep like we used to. That's what she said. But we're still playing all these matches where you have to have depth built for it. I'm going to welcome Hefe. What's up, buddy?
Guys, nothing much.
He's drinking his water. He's going for a fucking 50-minute monologue.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about this.
He's even got he puts on his 3D glasses too.
John Cena hater.
No. Wait, you think I'm a John Cena hater?
No, you're John Cena heel turn. You put on the glasses.
Oh,
the glasses. Yeah. You're Hollywood Cena.
I think, the moment with the PSV game for me is when I turned heel. I had enough for that point because I see a team that is capable. I think they're potentially capable of actually doing well and competing, but they're inconsistent. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know. Am I looking at the Juve that was pretty well against Man City? Am I looking at the Juve in second half against Inter?
Honestly, Man City was shit.
Yes, yes, they are shit. They are shit,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They're still better than Empoli. At least the Coppa Italia one. Come on,
that's right. That's right.
That's fair.
That's the thing. It's the point is I see a team when they want to play, they can do it. But then when they see a team that they know they can beat, they get complacent. There's also a lot more to it. I think obviously the transfer market was a complete shit show. Some hit, a lot missed, and some of the players that we wanted to play the specific role, like the number 10 for Coop Miners, it didn't work. it didn't do much. I didn't think he was a number 10. And we're also facing that a lot. Now he's also lost. Like, he's completely lost in the sauce. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't know what position to play, what type of midfielder he is. And it's kind of weird because, like, for me, when I was thinking about Coop Miners, I literally yesterday I was watching some highlight videos when he was in the Dutch league and when he was at Atalanta, and I saw all of his highlight games, and like after 20 minutes of looking into it, I'm like, this guy is not supposed to be a number 10. Like, what the hell are these guys thinking? Like, he was once a center back, and at his best, I thought he played better as a center defensive midfield. So there's also a lot more to it, but yeah.
Oh, I'm going to grab this comment here because I actually like this one. Besides his connection, which I'm a little bit disappointed. So he says, except Juve. So Juve is getting influenced by fans who are glued to their past glories. You want to know, that's actually a very valid point. You know how many people I've heard bring up, oh, remember when we went undefeated in 11 and 12? And I kind of look at them, I'm like, what are you, a fucking Arsenal fan right now? Like, anyone that sits here and tries, and again, I don't mean to offend anyone when I say this, but if you're a Juve fan and you want to bring up the undefeated season with Conte, it is absolutely a pathetic concept to talk about. It's over a decade ago. Who cares?
Well, now you're being a Chicago Bears fan talking about the 85 defense.
Like it's pathetic. It really is. When
Pittsburgh fan talking about the steel curtain.
Because it's like, when you look at, like, for example, you look at Real Madrid, are they talking about, oh yeah, remember when Ronaldo won that Champions League final because they've won so many, they don't even remember. But like,
they don't
remember
fucking
when
care. They won Champions League before him and after him.
Nobody, they don't care because you want to know what they're looking at? They're looking at the next one that they win. Where it's like, for us, you've got content creators, or you've got people that are sitting there doing fucking Del Piero reels and shorts. The guy retired over a decade ago. Yes, he's a legend. Respect the guy. Love the guy. But even, like, for example, Del Piero posted, this is what kind of irked me. Del Piero posted something on his Instagram, and it was like some catchphrase. And then a bunch of Juve pages are taking that picture, posting it on X.
Man.
They're like, oh my God, does that mean he's coming to be the president? Do you not understand how absolutely fucking pathetic that sounds? Like, it is ridiculously pathetic. He's retired. He's doing his own thing. Let the man go. Like, everyone has this fucking site where it's just like, oh man, Del Piero's gonna come in and be president and fix everything. And then what happens if he doesn't? You're all gonna fucking hate the guy that you've been simping for so goddamn long. Because I know that they will.
I mean,
why do you think he doesn't want the job? Why do you think he doesn't want the job?
The thing is, how do they know he will do good? Is it just, okay, I'm here, I'm a figurehead, and all of a sudden everything magically is going to disappear? He's going to be charismatic, motivate the players, and tell them what it means to wear the black and white? What the fuck is going to happen? Like, what is he going to do? Is he going to just kick out Yildiz and then wear the number 10 himself and go play? Like, what the fuck?
Like, that's where I look at it, and I'm just like, these guys. And the crazy thing about it is, like, most of those fan pages are run by like 40-plus-year-old men, and I'm like sitting here, and it's like,
that's the problem.
And I'm looking at it, and it's like, good Lord, like seriously, like I don't understand this. Where, like, you're sitting there, it's like, there's a reason why he doesn't want to take the gig or do the gig, because he knows. And at the same time, it's like, if you even meet Del Piero in public, he's just kind of like, hey, can I just, leave me alone and let me do my thing? But it's just and it's like, my concern is that this entire fan base has practically turned into like the fucking Arsenal of Italy, where we're sitting there guzzling, oh man, Zidane this, Zidane that. Guess what? Zidane doesn't want you. He would have been here already if he wanted you. But he doesn't. But you're all holding out and holding your head high that Zinedine Zidane is going to come to Juve and manage you to a fucking treble. Because apparently that's the thing. We should have got Zidane. He's going to come in and get us the treble. We're going to win everything.
He
saw how the club is. He's like, fuck no, I'm not coming here.
Dude, Zidane Zidane hasn't proven himself. He had one of the best Real Madrid teams of all time. The guy's way too passive. Like, if you have an issue with Malta not being charismatic enough and being able to kick the shit out of his players, what makes you think Zidane's going to do the same?
It's the same thing with Chiellini. He just
Honestly,
got here.
My thing with the Zidane is, I think he is a good man manager because he's an actual leader. So I think he's good at that. And he managed all the egos at Real Madrid as well. My question is, like at Real Madrid, you don't need a specific like tactical intelligence or a tactical philosophy because you let your players cook.
Yeah, you
That's
just
what
need a man
Ancelotti is
manager.
doing.
You just need a
Like
man manager.
he's giving them like yeah, he either tells them, okay, go full attack or defend now, and the players know what to do because
Yes,
they're
but
doing it on a weekly
how's he
basis.
gonna?
Okay, yes, yesterday is not a good example. They lost to Real Betis, but that happens, I guess.
The
But
thing is with Madrid
yeah,
right now, they're kind of falling here and there. But again, I don't really care because at the end of the day, if they don't win the freaking league, they're gonna make it to the top four and they'll probably compete for the Champions League. That's the thing. Another thing is like with Zidane, yeah, what you stated earlier, it's like, okay, yeah, he managed some of the best complete players. If he comes here, we are the second youngest team. How is he
exactly.
going? What approach is he going to use?
With
Because he
no
has to
leaders, by the
probably
way.
kick the shit out of them, like to understand. Because these are very undisciplined players. Like again, I see it. They do well when it matters at times, like against Inter and Man City. But then the moment they play against a lower level club, they get complacent. How do you beat the crap out of their complacency and tell them it doesn't matter? You got to keep the same energy where you're playing.
Yeah. So I'm trying to catch up on these two. This one's funny. Come on, Dash. Del Piero's the GOAT. He just winks and everything's turned positive. And only fuckheads could hate him after 10 times mistakes. You know how many fuckheads we have that would probably turn on him the instant something went wrong? It's
So
just
then
how this
Everybody,
fan
man,
base is.
we are a toxic fan base. Like they will turn in a heartbeat, man.
Like, our fan base is stupid.
Dude, everybody wanted Mota in, and no, Mota
Yeah,
out.
Mota's an idiot. Well, yeah, because you guys were harassing us on the channel. Oh man, you guys should trust Gentoli. Remember we had Reno on, and Reno was like, "You guys need to trust. I trust Gentoli's plan. Gentoli's doing this," and now he's saying Dusan's not a Juve player. Mota's not this. Where it's just like, I've been keeping receipts on people like crazy, and it's fucking hilarious how many people change their tone. But yet we're the ones that were called the Allegri stands or the Allegrianos because we're like, I'm not too
I'm
sure if
gonna
we want
be
to go this
honest with you,
direction.
dude. I think with this current squad, I think Allegri would have cooked better. I
Probably would have.
don't care.
I don't know. We would have.
He
I could
probably
see it
would
being
have.
possible.
I think he
Possible.
would have. I think he would have done a lot better with the points. Like I think he would have done a hell of a lot better with
I know we wouldn't
more
have lost
points.
Empoli in the Coppa Italia. That's all I'm going to leave it
Fuck
at.
no.
So Sven says, I
We
hope you
would have
guys sack
shithoused
Malta.
the 1-0 somehow at least.
Yeah. I hope you guys sack Malta because you'll be Banter again next season. If you guys sack Malta and get a new coach, your goal will be top 4 again.
Dude, the goal is top 4
It
with
was
or
always,
without
yeah,
him.
I was going to say it was top
That's a
goal
problem.
with or without him. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think it never was.
We can get fucking Pep Guardiola and give him 500 million, and our goal will be top
Top
4.
four. Every year is going to always be top 4, even if you win the Champions
Yeah.
League or treble.
Yeah.
That is what's the minimum objective. I had a thought about this about like, okay, with the next 12 games and what's going to happen after the season, and I kind of had a scenario in my head playing where I was like, if Malta secures the top 4 but wins 10 games out of the 12, I consider keeping him. If Malta secures the top 4 and wins less than 10 games, I would sack him and I would replace him with Gasperini. If we fail to get into the top 4, then I would try to call Conte. Those are like my situations.
Allegri lover is in the chat.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
Oh, who's that guy with that handsome voice?
Yeah, what's going on? I am Allegri's right hand man. I'm actually right next to him right now. We're just having a glass of wine together, you know.
I'm 100% with it. Let's catch up with some chat here real quick. Agree. Didn't say some fan base should not be happening. We lost some grinta on the fan base too. Too many dreamers. Too many hipsters. I'm just gonna leave it at that. To be honest, why do the players not get the same level of hate blame for not giving 100% as much as Mota does?
We do. We give everybody shit.
We gave them shit last year when
Mhm.
people were like, "No, it's the coach. It's not the players."
I gotta be honest with you now. Here's the thing. What do you guys consider hipster ball? Because I'm trying to wrap that around my
60 to
head.
65% ball possession, not
Mhm.
having an extra good defense, but that way keeping the ball away from your
Okay.
opponent, and trying to build up from the back with those 65% ball possession, but only passing it from left to right. And
My thing is, I don't give a shit if we're playing hipster ball.
no,
That doesn't
nobody
bother
cares.
me. That's not my issue. I don't care what approach you take,
Just
whether you
win.
have 65, exactly win.
Yes,
Again, and that's it. If you okay, I understand. Like, I know the fucking possession baseball's got a bad rep because a lot of fucking idiots will like hold the possession for 70%, lose 1-0, and go like, but at least I had the ball most of the fucking time. And then it's just a stupid. It's a stupid way to look at it. But I think it just comes down to culture. Like, if you don't have the winning culture, you're completely screwed. I don't care what approach, shithouse ball or possession baseball.
yeah. The problem is our players are entitled.
No, yeah,
Like they never won shit, but they think of themselves of being incredible players.
exactly. And you and I were on that last season like crazy, and people were like,
Yeah.
"Remember, you went on Pepe's channel, and you're like, dude, Chiesa's a prima donna," and everyone's like, "No, Chiesa's a
No.
Juventino. He's my baby. I love
No,
him."
he
You want
is.
to know? You want to know
Dude,
why the fan?
that was my heel turn moment, man.
You want to know
I still
why
enjoy it.
these players are entitled to shit? Because they have fucking idiot simps that go out there and guzzle them like there's no fucking tomorrow with two fucking hands, not even with one. And like they're guzzling these guys and thinking they're the greatest things ever. Like, remember, I was debating on TG about how like Doosan's an absolute bum, but no, he's a beast. I love Doosan. He's amazing. He's an incredible player. And it's like, really? Because he showed you a cool little shot, he's a great player? Or better yet, Chiesa can run, he's the greatest thing since sliced cheese? Like, people don't understand how us as a fan base have blown so much fucking gas into these players' asses that they think
And
they're
right
the
now,
second coming of
Yildiz.
Jesus Christ.
Right now, Yildiz. The
Like,
same is happening with him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Again,
Like
the thing is,
I know he's a great talent, but what has Yildiz done to deserve all this hype? Deserve the number 10? Deserve being a constant starter in his second full season? When his GAs, and sorry, but as a winger, like we have to measure you by goals and assists. Like, what is he doing on a consistent basis to deserve the number 10? Usually I don't even care about numbers, but that is a statement that the club made when they gave him the 10.
again, I wasn't for that. I never agreed to the fact that Yildiz should be a 10. He hasn't earned the badges. Like, he hasn't earned any achievements. Okay, he won the Coppa Italia under Max, but he hasn't really.
but he wasn't the
made it
main
to
man,
Champions
Jeff.
League. Huh?
He wasn't the main man when he won the Coppa Italia with Max.
It doesn't matter. Like, it wasn't. But that was like only one achievement prior to him getting the 10, and he wasn't the main guy. But even the fact is, like, we want to like create these like imaginary narratives, imaginary stories of a guy, that could be potentially the next Zidane or the next Del Piero, and that's completely nonsense. We should be focusing in right now and what we can do to do better, and eat a little bit of the humble pie, and not fucking think he's like this freaking this next Del Piero. That's it. Like, I don't know what more I could say.
The club got rid of tradition in a sense, right? Where it's like they're looking at it from a marketing perspective. He's hip, he's cool, he's young, he's good. The kids will love him. We'll sell a bunch of shit with him, and we'll go with it like that, right? And that's
stupid.
It's stupid, but that's what they're doing.
The
That's
only
what they're
thing that's
doing.
going to matter for you to sell jerseys is if you win. The more you win, the more you're going to sell. The more you're going to sell, the more you win. That's it. Like that's how you get good marketing. That's it. They're only going to want to be with winners. Like you can't do that. It's like literally when we were on the 9-year stretch, like that's how we develop more fans, more fan and more service. Now it's like the moment the logo changed, it just like everything went for the downturn, and we just like becoming more corporate and focusing more on Facebook ads or whatever the fuck is going on.
So Sven says, yeah, but you understand. I mean, if you give Malta a second season, the expectations will obviously be higher to potentially go toe to toe for the Scudetto. But if you have a new coach,
trust me, the expectations will not be higher. We sit here next season in the summer. We will sell Vlahovic for, I don't know, 35, 40 million. And the management will say, "Oh, we lost a key piece in Vlahovic. We still have to find or to accommodate or fit in his replacement and blah blah blah." And this will be in transitional season. We aim to reach top 4 and be secure in the Champions League spots. Mark this, screen grab this, whatever. It will be the same again.
yeah, and it's saying Yildiz has the same number of goals and assists as Weah, which isn't good for your main guy.
Number one, that's not good. B, Weah's playing right back a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Yildiz needs to just eat the humble pie, and I think the coach needs to expect more from him, and I think he needs to play the 10 role if we're going to play with a 4-2-3-1. I think he needs to be the cam.
And so, like, for example, again, in his opinion, Yildiz isn't a player that you measure by goals and assists because he does so much more for your team. But has he, though?
He doesn't.
No.
Honestly.
Because, like, right now...
Hold up. You know, I get angry when I say this.
That's German Dave right now.
Yeah. What is Yildiz currently doing different than Chiesa? Is he beating like has he beaten like in the last couple of weeks since the turn of the new year? Has he beaten anybody like 1v1? Or is he always straight dribbling into pressure or trying to cross it into the box? Like what did we get from him? Honestly. Jeff, can you remind me of something? Maybe I'm forgetting. But if something happened,
the only thing I
memorable.
remember was 2024 against the first Derby d'Italia in Inter, where he popped off and we tied 4-4. But with Yildiz, I've said it many times, he's a cam, not a winger. I think the best times that he's played has been more as a attacking mid, but again, as a midfielder, nothing much. He tried to dribble 1, 2, 3, and then tries to cross it to Dusan or Kolomwani, and hasn't really created no through balls, none of that. I can't really say much
because tactically he wants his wingers to do more defensive work, which takes them out of the best position for him to be. Because you want to know why? Max would put him in as the second striker. He'd be more forward, focus on offense, do more offensive things. That's why he's doing well this season, playing as a winger. You got to check back and be a little bit more down. Yildiz does not have the stamina of a Conceição or the speed or the burst of a Conceição. Again, this is on Mota. You are taking a player and not putting him in the position where he is more likely to succeed.
Attacking mid or a second striker.
Or even the main goddamn striker. I don't give a damn because it's more than what Dusan can do. So it's like, that's on the coach.
Or the fact, as I stated earlier, Koopmeiner's playing the 10, and I feel like he's more of a defensive mid than he is as a 10, just because he did well under fucking Gasparini's was a 3-4-2-1 system. It doesn't mean anything.
You want to know a midfield 3 that would work for this team right now that could actually potentially do something is you have Yildiz in the 10, you have Coop at the 6, or you have Coop at the 8, and you have Thuram at the 6. That is how it works. You could effectively do decent with that midfield. Coop has space that he can play into, and he can press on the defensive end and move the ball. Yildiz can be your main playmaker, your skill maker that can thread something through for Randall, and Randall can finish. And then what your wing play could potentially be is it could be either Mbangula or Conceição or Nico Gonzalez and Conceição. You need a main ball facilitator in the middle. Randall is decent enough to poke a ball out in the air and follow it through to Yildiz, and Yildiz can facilitate play. So it's just like, that's what you would want it. However, it is just like there's a comment that just came in. Yildiz is starting to develop Chiesa-esque tendencies. Remember when I said even when Chiesa was placed in the middle, Chiesa would still hug the touchline? I'm starting to see that with Yildiz, and I don't know if that's by scheme or if that's by play. And if that is by scheme, okay, he gets a pass. But if that's by him giving that free roll and him hugging the line, even if he's in the center, Yildiz better fix that shit fast, because that is not a good tree for him to go on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I also thought of 4-3-3, putting Coop as a 6 and using Locatelli and Thuram playing as the 8s, with Colomwani, Yildiz on the wing, and Mbangula or Nico Gonzalez or Conceição. But I know Conceição right now is like injured. I was thinking that, and using McKennie to play as a right back, Cambiaso on the left back. Unfortunately, Lord Kelly and Gatti as center backs.
Lord Kelly.
So
that's what we're left with, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. That was like my 4-3-3. I think that's much better than the 4-2-3-1, and then putting McKennie as a 10. Nothing against McKennie. I think he's been phenomenally great. I think he's worked his ass off and deserved the spot. I just don't think he's a 10.
I do think I have a correction offer at this. So Yildiz at the 10, Coop at the 8, and Dusan at the strip club. Done. Frankie,
What do you mean?
Go for it.
I'm Allegri's ex-wife. I don't know what you're talking about.
Francina.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yildiz, I feel like he's getting very done dirty with where he's being played in general. Like you were talking about, but obviously the kid is under a lot of pressure too. He got the fucking 10 number. He should not have gotten it. He had barely a good season, barely.
But he put that pressure on himself.
He did. He definitely.
It's yes, it's the fans that are blowing smoke up his ass. No, yes, it's that, but also himself. He wants a contract extension after contract extension, and it's. I don't think Juve just voluntarily went to him and said, "Brother, you're still the number 10."
I think they saw him as like, because I mean, we're in a more business-minded Juve now, so they see him as being incredibly marketable, and they just fucking love that shit, dude. I mean, that's part of the reason why Vlahovic was just so nice looking for them as a player to come in. Is just marketability. You have to, besides the playing aspect, this team is not even just like a team anymore. It's being ran like a legitimate just business.
I hope it was worth the NASA merchandise.
Fuck off, Vlad. Fuck off. He got left out. He finally crawled out of his basement. Get out of here.
Good to know that you're alive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. At least we know you're alive now.
God, man, where the hell has he been?
He probably has been
this stupid marketability. Like, you're not, again, marketability. Marketing what? That we're tying and losing critical matches. Like, just freaking win games. From there, you can market your
Jeff.
way in.
No, Jeff.
Well, that's not how it's run, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it's run by. We're in a social media age.
This is what happens when your team is run by people who are not like, and they're not involved with football. They're just straight up business people. They only care about profits and money. That's it.
Oh, I already know.
Anything doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean jack shit. Assholes who come in suits. They put in a share of the club and expect great returns without at least understanding.
I'm an asshole in a suit.
We're starting to be as poorly run as the Bears, the organization, and
like literally, like you throw in a couple shares here and there. and then you're expected big, but you don't even know nothing about the product, and you don't even care, but you're expected, and then you do stupid stuff like this. It's like, dude, just focus on winning. And then, once you focus on the basics, the foundations of eventually it will go up. You have something to market. That's the thing. You have to market a good product. Like, you got to market something that's convincing. Start winning freaking games and stop focusing on like a bunch of people on shrooms designing kits. Like, some of these kits are crap. It's like, if that's marketing, then these guys are on drugs.
Well, congratulations. We gave you the number 10 for our season, and we will sell them to, I don't know, Aston Villa, Newcastle, West Ham, one of those for 60 M's.
Give me 70. He's gone.
Dude, I have
funny. There's a comment on here that says,
honestly, at this rate, wouldn't you be even happy with 60?
There's a comment from LJJ that says, I hear Tottenham is most profitable club in the Premier League. I'm not even surprised.
Yeah,
they spent nothing. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I'm like not even surprised.
And when they do, they spend like 30 million on a 20-year-old like defender and stretches like the transfer fee like to 5 years, and then it becomes like 6 million per season. Of course. And that's, by the way, why Tottenham will never reach anything, because they're not spending the money to get actual players.
I mean, they're about to drop the bag right now to renew, to essentially renovate or renew the contract with Bentancur,
Oh, by the way, the fans want almost every single Tottenham player out, which is funny enough. No, but spending like 50 million on James Maddison, spending 40 million on Brandon Johnson, playing Kulusevski as a 10, by the way, and they think he's the second coming of Jesus just because they don't have an actual good 10. Oh, goddamn. Poor Tottenham, man.
Dude, it's got to be torturous being a fan, like a Tottenham fan.
Trust me.
Torture.
They're more depressed than we are. And we are pretty depressed right now.
I still can't believe they have fans.
They have a big stadium to fill.
Dude, I don't know about. I don't care about Tottenham. It's like
it's
at that point.
If the fun side chick we like to talk about.
It's the fun side chick we like to talk about.
I don't know. I'd rather make fun of Man United.
We were talking about Tottenham last night with special guest appearance on Elimination Chamber by Dragusin.
Oh my god, that was so funny. That was so funny. We made that joke. Speaking of jokes.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
That was for you, Vlad. That was just for you, Vlad.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
He's always starving.
Bro,
we did not retire the Lukaku clip.
We kept it lukewarm for you.
I kept it there for you, hoping that you would come back. And we were just wondering, I'm like, is Vlad going to come back when Rabiot rejoins the team, or is it going to be...
Oh, that was the first one for Fino Lafine. He saw that the first time.
Oh, that's his first time seeing that.
Oh, you are a Lukaku virgin.
Welcome.
We've just popped it.
We've just popped your Lukaku cherry.
Popped his cherry.
Lukaku just popped your cherry.
What do you guys think of Cena turning heel? Okay.
Oh my god,
I loved it,
dude! It was so good.
I can't believe after all these years as a wrestling fan,
I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised.
I just saw the meme. I just see the meme.
I swear, watching the moment, it still was crazy.
Dude, our truth is about to turn heel. Our truth is going to turn heel now.
That'd be so funny,
dude.
There has to be a segment with them.
His Twitter, he changed his Twitter bio and his picture to Y John Y. And like, dude, you guys saw the picture I sent, right, where he responded to fucking Cody Rhodes' wife.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, Rod Killings, we love you.
He's a national treasure.
Vlad, I hate you for it, but yeah. Yeah. And by the way, and Dash hates me for it because I'm talking a lot about Marseille. But yes, the brother's doing good, man. I hate to admit it.
It's the Zerby ball. That's what it
That
is.
team ruined my parlay. Fuck off.
Oh god damn.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I said this as well. Like, how crazy mismanaged are we that we didn't find anybody?
For
Like nothing.
You talking about sponsorship?
Yeah.
Dude, it's I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't explain it. You couldn't find one guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure,
Like
you know,
nothing. You
I'm
find a
pretty,
fucking shady crypto company that you
you know,
freeze for a season and then they go bankrupt, man. Like do something.
why don't you do a crypto rug pull like a Juve coin, like a Del Piero coin, and then just like, you know, get away from it. You know, just do a little rug pull there. Do something like that, or like, you know, get creative. Like with Lazio, like I feel like Lazio should be sponsored by Tesla.
No, that is yo. Is the Lazio fan still here?
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on Tesla sponsoring?
I bet he's there. He's there.
You know that was
he's our guy now.
I was gonna say Jeff dropping that line was just as bad as Seth Rollins curb stomping CM Punk last night.
I'm just I don't know, you know, it's like, and then, you know, you have Paulo Di Canio, you know, being he's approving of this and just giving all the Lazio players a Cybertruck, which is one of the most overrated things I've ever seen. It looks ugly. It looks like a PS1 Need for Speed truck. It's repulsive, and I've driven one of those things. It's you can't even see from the back. Like, you have to rely on the monitor. And I always wonder, like, what if it doesn't work?
Dude, it literally looks like a car from one of the first Need for Speeds, and your PC, like the graphic card power ran out, man. And
it looks like a Halo 2 war.
Shading is fully.
Have you ever played like Halo 1, Halo 2? Like, it's one of those like Warhawk machines. Like, like you need a machine gun in the back. That's what it reminds me of.
Hey, Maple Dave, are you still in the chat? Like, send me a message if you're still in the chat. Type something in. I got something I want to show you. Courtesy of Logan Paul.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, you have that ready?
Dude, and Drake was in the crowd. He was right behind commentary.
Yeah, he was first row.
You know what they should have in WWE? Just have like Drake like do like a guest appearance, and then like Kendrick Lamar just comes in and just like
settle the beef, just squash the beef in the ring. WrestleMania main event, squash the beef in the ring. Drake versus Kendrick.
I do have a request here.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
Fucking love that clip.
Followed up by this.
Bro, Dushan's just he's something else.
No.
I don't understand with Dushan. It's like he just does a lot of weird things.
He's just a weird dude.
You know, the thing is, like, I was like wondering, like, okay, he comes in, he gets subbed out for 5 games. He plays against Cagliari, whatever. In the first half, he did well. Like, I'm not gonna say shit. He actually did really well. Like, call it for what it is.
He was
and then it's like after that, it's like back to business. It's like
back to being shit.
Guys.
It's back to getting pegged.
It's like he can do it. Yeah, exactly. It's like the guy can do it, or any of our players could just like literally play well, but it's like they're not focused. I don't know. This is like worse than a kid with ADHD. It's like they just lose focus. It's like, oh, okay, fine, you know, it's Empoli, it's the second team, we're gonna do well, and then they just like beat the living snot out of you in the first half. I don't understand it. Like, if I was a player.
Oh no!
At 11, I would.
No, you are a Lazio fan through and through. Oh, you are a Lazio fan through and through.
Fuck yeah!
Hey, love the commitment though. Love
it. He's fully got into it.
As a German, I approve.
My neighbor's a Lazio fan, so I fuck with him about that too. Where I'm just like, I call him a fascist. I'm like, hey, fascismo. Como stai? And he looks at me, he's like, fuck you, Dash.
They have another word for it.
Is he saying 999?
like a Mr. Pat McAfee.
You know, it was funny because like someone was telling me, like someone was mentioning the joke because I was like talking about Lazio, and my friend was like, "You mean the fascists?" And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, "You know the inside joke? Huh?
So,
Really?"
Nazio.
And then my friend's like, "Wait, what? No, it's just the eagle that they have. It's like the same as the fascist eagle." And I'm just like,
Shit.
"Oh
I
man."
don't know. I wonder like what sponsorship would Lazio get? Like I was wondering maybe by the AFD. You know, you never know.
All right. Well, today's
Hey,
segment of making
Dude,
fun of
dude, AFD and cooperation with Tesla works.
So I do want to take a minute to have a special moment. It's the let's make fun of Canada moment, courtesy of Logan Paul. Wait for it. Context: this was in Toronto. I wish Canadian Dave was here so I could show him this.
But by the way, you have to pause it sometimes because
Oh yeah,
WWE is something.
fucking Def Rebel here. God
They
damn it.
they will they will claim your shit ASAP.
Yeah, so here I'll mute it so they can't even hear it. So there you can go. This handsome lad has an idea.
Let's talk a bit over it. Just
Yeah,
We'll just go
we'll
over
break
it.
it
We'll
down.
do play by play. So
Yeah.
this is in Toronto. This is Logan Paul, the Maverick, coming out for Elimination Chamber.
And obviously, the beef between the United States and the 51st state of the United States. And Logan Paul just had this beautiful idea to go out and do this. Context: they were booing the United States.
Oh yeah,
anthem.
I heard about
Yeah,
that.
they booed the United States national anthem.
So Logan Paul just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna troll you guys back." He's a great heel.
He's great in
amazing
WWE.
Yeah, he is great for this. Like he is good as a heel.
Like
He is
he's
perfect. Yes.
He's made for this business. He really is.
He is. Yes, he is good. I heard Pat McAfee had a little rant about that whole thing.
He was trolling the whole night.
Pat McAfee was just doing whatever he wanted on commentary, man.
And that crowd was ass. Like
it was horrible. Oh, yeah. So we might be getting more Travis Scott in the future. Apparently, he's been training to actually be in a match. And he stiffed Cody last night. He literally hit him in the head just straight up.
Yeah, I saw that. Dude, Travis Scott versus Bad Bunny. That's a Mania match.
Oh my god, that is a WrestleMania match.
Dude, Bad Bunny was actually when he wrestled like Damian Priest, he was actually like really good at it.
That's
dope.
He was a bad bunny.
He's an entertainer, you can't take away the fact that he's an entertainer, and that just works out for him.
Yeah, he's every Latina's celebrity crush.
Not even just Latinas. I know this Turkish girl who's in love with him.
Yeah, that's close enough.
I don't know. I don't like take.
Is she that one? Hey Frankie, is she that one fitness influencer that lives in Milwaukee?
No, she's from Turkey, but she lives in Milan, and she comes to Wisconsin every once in a while. I've gone out with her a couple times, but yeah,
because I know the one that's like she's in Milwaukee, but like she goes to Albania every now and then. I'm just kind of laughing my ass off, or I'm just like, yeah, Istanbul away from Istanbul.
Yeah, so I got a home in Milan, I guess, if I ever go to Milan.
Frankie's the plug.
Dope. Shit, I might need to move to Switzerland or something after I get this degree. Maybe
Poland sounding real nice right now.
Be a passport, bro.
I'm seeing all these 10 out of 10 Poland women. I'm like, all right, it's time to go to Poland.
Dude, I'm pulling the passport, bro. Okay?
Frankie, brother, I'm literally 90 kilometers away.
Dave can test the waters for
I'm gonna give so to anybody that like wants to do passport bro shit, I'm gonna say one thing. If you're on that simp shit and you're getting rejected in the US and expecting to do well in a foreign country, you're gonna fail twice as bad. And it might be worse. And what I'm saying is, if you find a woman in a foreign country and then uses you 2 years later and gets a divorce, you're going to look like even 10 times the bigger idiot.
Oh, yeah.
And you better get your act together.
Yeah,
my dog said it best.
Dude, no, seriously.
Lukaku says it best, right? Right, Lukaku?
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
Like in Tampa, the girls will use
Yeah,
guys for
three
like a
times.
gram of weed. Like just like,
But
hey,
that's Florida.
yeah, it's a freaking Florida, obviously.
Shit,
And
I'm
just
Mexican.
saying,
We
like,
don't do that. We don't do that same shit.
yeah, it's like, oh, I got a bottle. I got an ounce. I got a gram. Come swing by, and I'm like, that's it. Like, I think
Jeff's
about
like, I
that,
grow more of those in my backyard.
like, what are you talking about? Like, I go to Albania, or like if I were to go to Albania, Greece, or even like in Poland, in Warsaw, and like, and I'm a foreigner, I'm fucking freaking the fuck out because like, God knows if like some chick is gonna try to like poke holes in the condom and like try to get herself impregnated. And
You're
then
about to say poke holes in your back and steal your kidney, bro. That's like the least of your worries. You got to be more concerned about losing a kidney or something.
For real,
I mean, at that point, just kill me. I will tell them just shoot me at that point. Like
just harvest me.
Just like, dude, if that's the case, just
take
like
all my organs.
Just take it all, end my misery. But like this
like,
other things, like you have a kid with somebody you don't know, that's fucking horrible.
He's like, I've watched enough Juve games this season. Just end me now.
Just end it, dude. Just fatality. Go to Mortal Kombat way. I don't care.
All right, we're getting off the rails here. So, is there any other final thoughts you guys want to throw down, or shall we end this show and bid everyone
We
adieu?
didn't inform Vlad yet about our Balkan tour in the summer.
Okay. I told you my next coaches.
If you say Gasparini, I'm ending the stream.
What's your take on Gasparini?
He left.
He's he's the flavor of the week, and I don't want to hear it.
I will agree to disagree too, though. For one thing, I do think that he has. Okay, like if we compare to Malta and Gasparini,
end it right now.
A little different. I know you're gonna get pissed.
I'm just just go ahead.
The only difference I find with Gasparini is he actually has a lot more experience as a coach than Malta. Nice.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, and I think like he's kind of proven himself with Atalanta and has done it for like over 8 years now. I do think he has more experience, so to a degree, I think maybe he has a better opportunity. Okay.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, I don't care. I wouldn't mind Gasparini. I'm sorry, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, that's different. That's different. I've seen a line of people simp for him. That's where I'm kind of.
I'm not simping for him. I'm not saying like he's gonna save Juve. I just think that in a sense, I'm not gonna lose sleep or I'm not gonna complain or any of that matter. I would give him a chance. I think he's kind of proven himself at Atalanta for 8 years. And the fact that he can buy crappier players and like utilize them at his best possible way. And I think on that end, he could do that.
My concern with that is how much of it is his board also, because Atalanta's run really, really well at the same time too.
I also do think though, what's it called, that like, Gasparini like get with all the players that he had and try to utilize them at their best possible way. That I also see that with the Atalanta curse, because when they get out of his system, they just don't do well. So obviously, like the coach is doing something right with the players.
So let me ask you this then: why is his resume only the Europa League and that's it?
Again, I'm not saying he's the top 10 coach. I'm just saying
Europa League is kind of big that you are.
It is, but that's it.
Like I said, I'm not saying he's a world class.
No, I'm not. Again, I'm not making the argument that you're saying that he's world class, but I'm more so looking at it where it's just kind of like, is he really that guy that takes you over the hump?
No, but don't forget, like he lost against the same teams we lost against. Like he didn't win the league against that Milan team. He didn't win the league versus that Napoli team. Like they destroyed.
Yeah, but he lost to Lazio. He lost to Lazio in the Coppa Italia final.
Again, it's It's perspective. Like I said, I would be curious. It's more of a curiosity.
Obviously, he's better than Mota. Like I could
That's
sit
what
here
I'm
and say that.
saying. Yeah.
If
I
anyone,
think
if I
he's way
swear to
better.
God, I'm getting triggered if I see Deserbi one more time.
And the
You saw it
fact
50
of the
times.
matter,
It's
and
about
the
40
fact,
times with black cards.
and
He
the
will
fact of
never
the
coach
matter
here.
is that he was like Gintoli looking for lookmen for like another player that they wanted to get. I kind of was like putting
Yeah.
2 and 2 together,
But-
and they have Coop Miners.
Gasparini
Maybe.
hates Lookman though.
He's
I don't
doing
think he
pretty
hates.
good with them. bro.
I don't think he actually hates him. It was
He
that
called
kind
him
of
a
year.
little boy.
It was a spur of the moment.
I know,
Gasparini.
but he got angry because
Frankie,
of
come
that.
on, man, with
Because
the
of that
fucking
penalty.
background.
No,
You don't like it? My Philadelphia cream cheese coach of the month, Gasparini, my future Juve coach.
Hey, yo, what the hell is that?
Man,
On gas
It's
got
either-
that cream cheese.
why do you have those ready? Just to
I literally just looked it up. I just looked up Gasparini. It's like the first like 5 pictures.
that's
No,
I feel
you know, it's like I'm gonna roast Deserbi for a little bit because Deserbi says he will never manage a big club, so he will never come here. I just that if he becomes Juve's next coach,
why
I will
would
never
he?
be a
But
fan.
but,
Well,
but
he-
at what
Dash.
point are we not a big club anymore? You know, like with
Oh,
recent
fuck.
recently,
that's
are we even a big
Dash.
club anymore?
Yeah, but
Hey,
he would cement us as mid-table.
guys, look. He is leading Marseille to the Champions League right now. Why? Marseille is for kind of big for him. Like if he stays there, he actually like coaches the Champions League. So that's more Champions League than he coached before. So why would he switch? Why?
Because they wouldn't even be mad if he gets
And
out
honestly-
of the group stages.
And honestly, his football works in France. Okay, you can also say like behind the top 5 to 6 teams, like the rest is trash. But no, but it's working. He's qualifying for Champions League. They are scoring a boatload of goals.
I mean,
And-
there's a certain
and they-
player for him that's scoring a boatload of goals.
And assists.
Rabiot.
Actually, Greenwood.
Greenwood, there's Greenwood. But
I heard-
Rabiot as well.
I heard he exposed Brest.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I heard he's a Brest lover.
Yeah, I heard he beat Brest pretty well.
Slapped them.
Yeah. The team, you pervs. No, I'm just kidding.
He's doing it all with Man United reject, Juve reject, fucking Tottenham reject, Milan reject,
Hey,
fucking
don't say Juve reject for-
Kondogbia.
Kongdongbia,
He
No,
has
look, but-
Kondogbia playing center back. Like that's insane.
because he's the GOAT. I remember back then when Inter signed him for like 40 million and they thought he was like the best thing ever. And I'm making fun of him. Like, remember when you guys could do that? And they're like, yeah, remember when you guys just signed Coop Myers? Fuck.
Dude, do you remember we sent Zakaria to Monaco and they turned him into a center back and made him fucking captain?
Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
I think he's still there.
He's the captain.
Yeah,
Wow.
runs it.
Yes.
It's
We sold him for what was it? Just above 10 million, I believe.
No. I think it was like 15, 20.
Yeah, not much. Okay, then it's not too bad. I guess.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I think we like broke even on that one. I don't remember exactly. I
No,
don't.
but
Yeah.
honest thoughts, if we don't, no, okay, hold on. Let me phrase it differently. If we make Champions League, I think let's continue with Mota for another season.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
I'm fine with that.
Like get Bremer healthy, maybe another Mercato, get the squad depth a bit better. Sell fucking Vlahovic so we free up those 22 million of our wage bill. Like just yeah. Don't change too much. Like we still have the players. In my opinion, we have to sell one of. I know we have them only for a season, and it's evidence of bad business. But we have to sell either Douglas Luiz or Coop Miners because they play essentially the same position, and you can't do that.
I would sell
Because-
Douglas. Yeah.
Dougie will be the one
Because
out.
we have Thuram already who can play that ball carrier 8 as well. So if you have McKenny or Loka, for example, as your sixes or something like that, and then you have Coop Miners and Thuram, and then we need a 10 desperately, in my opinion. Get rid of Douglas Luiz.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I just
Minus.
I just hope if we
Honestly,
get rid of Dougie.
I think it's both more so the same with both of them. So I don't care. We need an actual 10, and Miret is the backup 10. Still, in my opinion, we have to try him like again.
Do you think we sell Yildiz to
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
Yildiz this summer?
Honestly, I think Yildiz and Vlahovic, that's the big money, and Cambiaso. Why
I
not?
think,
Why not
I
all
think it's
three?
just I think who goes out is Yildiz, no, not Yildiz, Cambiaso, Vlahovic, and the Douglas Luiz. I think Yildiz stays another season.
You think?
Yeah, and I think we should get Miretti back. I would be for that actually. Like use him
Yeah,
as a
I agree.
backup 10. Yeah, we could use him as a
Exactly.
backup 10. Yeah.
And then you need your starter, actual 10.
Well, who would you consider? Because I can't think of one right now. Because we don't really there's not a lot of tens in the modern day sport right now. If you think about it, there a lot of clubs are ditching the 10.
It all depends, honestly, on the age you want. Do you want one that is ready to win immediately, or a 22 to 23-year-old that will help you, like, footballing wise?
Get me Nico Paz from Como.
Yeah, but ain't that developmental as well? Like, do you want your two midfielders to be Nico Paz and Miretti?
Honestly, they would get boss physically, but I mean, just the just the talent wise, and the future prospect. I mean, not to be your starting, but to have them for future.
Look what Vlad is saying. Look what Vlad is saying.
Which one? Terry Henry is our next coach?
No. Next one.
They would love that.
Let's bring DeBella back. We said that like 20 minutes ago.
And this a year ago.
What the?
I mean, he still has the release clause.
Look, I'm not fully against Dybala coming back. Like I don't have an issue with it. Like again, I'm not gonna think he's going to be the same, but I wouldn't have an issue with it. I have a weird take though. I have a weird take, and if it's possible to get this player on loan, Arda Güler for Real Madrid.
I think you can. No, on loan you can. But a straight loan they will never.
It would be loan, no obligation, no option. Nope, it would just be literally just loan only.
It would be an interesting one. What do you think of that as a cam?
Would be great, but he is moving to the right side a lot. Like he's not like an out and out 10. That's my feel. Like he's working those half spaces a lot, like Wirtz and Musiala, for example, for the national team, where they are playing those half spaces a lot. Mm-hmm. So I don't know about that. Joao Felix as well, like he's good on the ball, but he's not good in 1v1 duels, and you need that in Serie A. You need to be physically strong, and he wants high wages, so I don't know if that would work, and I don't know honestly how much Chelsea wants to sell him for. So that's I don't know if that's a possibility. But honestly, you can rate the Bundesliga. There are a lot of camps there.
Look at the Dutch league, man. So many talented cams.
Yeah. Like Stuttgart has like and Enzo Mio. I don't know if he's, for example, known in the chat if you heard of that name. He's a really good young French guy, by the way. You can if he pops off, which I think he will, you can sell him like in a couple of years for 60 M's. Like you even have great resale value for talented players. I think he's 23, 24. Yeah. By the way, for center back, why not finally go for fucking 30 or 29-year-old to have some experience there?
Maybe. Oh, what was I? Is this Kevin De Bruyne's last season by any chance?
Yeah, but he's going to Saudi pretty much.
Yeah. For a 1-year deal.
He doesn't have the legs anymore. Like Pep completely like
Real
did to Casemiro and a couple of the guys. Dude, don't even mention fucking Adeyemi. I don't want him anywhere. If you think Chiesa was bad, oh, get ready for the.
Well, Diemi's injury prone too. He's like very, very injury prone. I don't know. Fuck. 'Cause that's what I'm saying. It's like I liked your take earlier on who was it, Dani Olmo last year, instead like paying him 60 million instead of Coop Miners.
Dude, I would rather add those 10 millions onto like exactly. And I said that, right? In the summer as well. Like I would rather like put 5 or 10 million more and get Dani Olmo. But
Mhm.
it is and he's not 10, like he is actually great. For example, Baumgartner, Austrian from Hoffenheim. Sorry, Leipzig. He went from Hoffenheim to Leipzig. He's a good 10. He's good on the ball, and he's
He's
appearing
solid.
in the box a lot, scoring. He's a good one. I don't know if you guys know the Croatian Lovro Majer at Wolfsburg. He's great in build-up play, and he's learning like literally from Luka Modric. He's texting me,
Yeah.
like he is really good. Like, and that's all because I know Bundesliga, but you can rate like all the European leagues for good talents on the 10.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. No, I was just thinking about it. Like I didn't know like what else you could do otherwise that, or just like we can also ditch the 10. It's not I don't
And I forgot one that
Mm.
which is maybe the best like 10 talent in the Bundesliga, Forest Chabi from Frankfurt. I don't know if you heard that name before. He's Algerian, and
Mm.
he can also play a bit on the wings. But as a 10, he's incredible. But he's like 21 years old, so that's kind of a project guy as well.
No
I
matter what
guess.
happens, just don't let Alicia Lehman leave, please.
Oh, I don't give a shit. Come on, guys.
She's our most valuable asset, man.
That's our most valuable asset, you know, in more ways than
Assets?
one.
You mean asset or assets?
Asset.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I was like, is it personalities or is it personalities?
It's personalities.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Jeez. I don't care, man. I don't watch women's sports. I don't
Cheyenne, like Captain Obvious, of course, it's of course Words, but
Yeah, I mean,
but City's coming in for Verts and they're splashing the cash.
you know, obviously, you know, the only way we're gonna get Words is if Torino has a liquid gold underneath the city and is able to generate billions of dollars, and then you know put a little bit of that in. Yeah, yeah.
We might as well go for the other Coop Miners that plays for AZ.
And I'm fine. I'm fine. I just think Coop needs to play like a 6. That's what I think he needs to do, and I think he'll be fine.
Can we get Alicia Lehmann in the team? Like, is it technically allowed, like, to get?
Yeah, can we play Alicia
women's
Lehmann
players into the men's first team? She's a 10.
Man. Dude, I gotta tell you, the co-ed thing is too funny to me, man. When you play co-ed soccer, like when you're playing co-ed sports, it's just too funny. Because like you would expect the guys to be a lot tougher on you, but it's the girls that just want to step in your ankles and like mess you up. Like they don't care. Like yeah, like when you're playing against the girls is like a co-ed style, like a mixed gender thing. It's like they just like want to go for your ankles.
Well, it's because what are you gonna do? Deck them in their shit?
No, I didn't deck them in their shit, but
You don't?
I'll tell you a story because it was like 1-on-1, and I guess she got the ball and I got the ball and I overpowered her and she just started getting mad. But this little chihuahua was just constantly like going after my ankles, and I wasn't really complaining. I'm not the type. But then she just starts cussing at me, and I just told her to shut the fuck up.
You see, you know, I'm maybe I'm more cruel, but like I nutmeg them. Like I'm not physical on them. I just not like I think German Dave. I think I told you this story. So like, there's this girl. Like there's this girl.
Before you go, do we just give a fuck and go overtime? Should we?
Fuck it. Yeah, we're not getting clips out of this.
Let's go. Let's have fun.
All right.
They
So,
look at us.
yeah, he watches it. I'll just send him the video of me waving or Logan Paul waving the American flag in Toronto. That's my
Cool.
response. So there's this. So I was playing a session, and this girl was talking a little bit of smack to me and stuff like that, because like I was, and I was trying to work on some dribbling and some cuts and stuff, and she was like marking me. She was like I play on the right wing, she'd follow me on the right wing. Play on the left, follow me there, follow me there. And I kind of like turn and I look over. I'm like, can you stop marking me? She's like, why? I'm like, trust me, you don't want to mark me. And she's like, why? Are you afraid? So literally, I check in. I'm playing in the middle. I check two for a short ball. She comes in to press into my back to try to win the ball off of me. I dummy her so bad. I spread my legs wide and the ball goes through my legs, nutmegs her, and she falls flat on her ass. Like it broke her ankles so bad that she fell flat backwards.
Bro.
And then it's just like I kept dribbling and I kind of looked down at her and I said, I told you. And then she gets back up again and the next play happens. She tries to get me again. Without looking, I meg her when I'm in possession. And then the other time I do it again, I cut across and she falls over. And it was funny because I was dribbling into the box and she slide tackles me from behind and concedes a penalty. And I'm like, damn, if you're going to take me out, at least take me out to dinner, not on the ground. And her face was so freaking red. It was hilarious.
Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know, bro. I love nutmegging girls. Yeah. It's like I agree with that. You should, Meg, but like we were going up against this team, but like these girls are just like going way too fucking hard.
They always do.
And it's like, that's why you meg them. I kind of admire the intensity. Don't get me wrong, but like they get so frustrated easy. She like one girl punched one of my friends in the back, and I'm like, I told her, I'm like, bitch, what do you think you are, like Hope Solo? Like, what do you think this is? Like, the girl was trying to do some Hope Solo shit, and I told that to the coordinators because I cussed one of the girls out and called her a freaking bitch, and I said, oh well, you guys are winning the game. Like, why are you guys acting like a bunch of 5-year-old little bitches? And they got mad at that, and then I guess I was cussing in Albanian because I got so mad. But I didn't want to say it in English because it was going to be a lot worse. And they complained about that, telling me that I was speaking Portuguese. And I'm like, what the fuck are these idiots talking about?
Exotic, Jeff.
Jeff should have just came in with Russian out of nowhere, just been like, "Tsuka blyat."
For real. No, yeah. It's
and they would be, your Spanish is nice.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I was just cussing in Portuguese. I'm like, at least it's Albanian. Get it right. Say foreign language. Jeez. It's like I can't even. Yeah, dude. I guess I became red pilled that moment. Like it just like I just unleashed my inner red pill. Like that's what it was. I don't even like that movement. I think those guys are a bunch of bozos. But like I just became one. Like literally. Toxic. Like just toxic masculinity, all in one. It's probably because I'm Albanian.
Stop it. We're not falling into stereotypes, Jeff. We're not falling into stereotypes. We're good people. We're not bad people. We don't kidnap people.
Chill.
Putting us out on the internet.
I never said it that far. Never said it that far now.
It's like easy. Man, I've been blue balling people on the ending for far too long. Any other things? Shall we a bit ado? German Dave up 30 time.
No, man, we can go through a boatload of other times with that we could have spent less than 50 million for last summer.
You mean abusement, son?
Just stay humble, OVO.
For example, Lazar Samajic for half price of minus. Does everybody remember Saibari who filleted us?
No. No, I don't.
Emotional damage.
Man, I'm not even mad at them winning. I'm just not even mad anymore.
We fucked up big time, man. Those 50 million out of minus there. That actually like it made me angry, man.
Make sure you guys buy Philadelphia cream cheese.
Yeah, make sure you guys buy Philadelphia cream cheese. Hug your cats, hug your dogs, and most importantly, fuck Lazio. Well, it was me.
Jesus
That-
Christ.
Hey, but what about all the Make-A-Wish kids now, man?
As John Cena would say, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids, man.
Dude, okay, wait. If John Cena becomes heel, like what kind of gimmick would he do?
I hope he ditches the jeans finally. His jeans shorts. I hope he fixes his bald spot, like Turkish hairlines, immediately. Oh my god, damn.
Dude, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I kind of want like the old John Cena back where he was just Dr. Thugonomics, just running his mouth.
I was saying this last night. Dude,
I don't think you can
you
do
bring
that,
back the Thugonomics theme and you just have him just
But
go
like
in.
just a different attire. He doesn't necessarily have to do like the whole chain thing, but just
No, I think you're getting a Hollywood Cena.
We getting Hollywood Hogan, but just Cena.
Oh, I think Suit Cena would be incredible, man.
Because like I think like part of me thinks like The Rock is making like a new version of the NWO.
Well, apparently that's part of the reason why Travis Scott is also getting involved because Hollywood.
Fuck Travis Scott. Doesn't he
I've
have
never
like a
thought he was-
Kylie Jenner to go
I'm
main?
sorry, bro, but these like new generational rappers like Travis Scott, like people
Yeah,
were like hyping him up, and I'm listening to him like, what the fuck is this shit?
Is he even a rapper?
I don't know.
Nah,
what the
he's
is.
an auto-tune artist.
He's just a mumble rapper.
It's like him and Future.
Dude, I had to fucking argue with somebody. People thought I was crazy because they were saying Future's better than Eminem, and I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? What kind of cough syrup are you on?
Hey Metro, go beat some drums. That's my response.
Dude, like seriously, like what are you doing? What are you doing? Talking about he gets more women. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like I don't get it. Like the argumentation for like people glazing Future to me is mind-boggling. I've never thought anything good of that guy.
Jesus, he was here. Did he see? Like, did you see? No, damn it. Fuck. I had the clip for him and everything, and I guess he just came back.
Yeah.
Well,
damn it, Dave. God
Nearly,
damn it.
That nearly got us demonetized and he didn't even see it.
I know. I ran the risk of getting this video demonetized for the sake of a joke for Canadian Dave, and he just didn't see it.
Jeez.
Yeah, man, but are we excited enough for WrestleMania? I guess we are, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of meh first, but now, goddamn.
Man, now you got to see it, especially with Bianca Belair practically having a heart attack. I think she was being a little bit extra, but I got it. I have that clip. I'm saving that clip now forever.
That main event's gonna be insane.
Oh yeah.
40-minute entrances.
Then they leak the lineups again for tomorrow. I don't even care.
I had a nice Sunday with no Juve, so we'll come to that tomorrow when it happens.
I will deal with that tomorrow.
I'm probably not watching the game. I'll be at work. I unsubscribed Paramount.
He's like, I don't want to spend $10 a month anymore.
Yeah, for this shit. Like, I don't want to listen to Matteo Bonetti's commentary or any of that bullshit. Not that I do, but still. Or my favorite guys at IFTV.
Oh yeah, our friends.
God. Argue. It's pointless to argue. Yeah, dude. Anyways, yeah, I'm out of here, guys. I gotta head out.
See you
later, bro.
All right, I'll actually sign us off this time. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in this week's call-in show where we went a little bit over time and we had some fun and some shenanigans here, but obviously there is no watch along tomorrow because Maple Dave is out doing Maple stuff, and
I have a job.
And yeah, we have jobs. But on that note, German Dave and myself will be back
By
Thursday.
the way, everybody. Oh, so sorry that I rudely interrupted you like that once again. I do that a lot, sorry. Yeah. Hey, the season doesn't give us a lot of content right now, so there's not a lot to talk about. So, if there's something that you find interesting that is worth like doing a video on it, or where it will help you, like, I don't know, management wise, footballing management wise, tactical wise, player analysis, tactical analysis, if you have something that you would like to watch a video about, just write it in the comments or join the Discord, and we will make it happen.
Yeah. And also, if you want a little bit of us going off the rails about non-sports talk, obviously check out the Dive After Hours video. Dave released this one today, actually, the Caramel Macchiato, where we talk about coffee and apparently me getting made fun of for being single. That was on the title. Reasons why Dash is still single. So
I didn't do that.
I know you didn't do that. I know that wasn't you. But obviously, though, big shout outs to Jeff and Cream Cheese, COTM, Coach of the Month, for joining us today.
And Formula 1 is coming up. We will talk a lot about F1 as well. We have wrestling or WrestleMania coming up in about a month already, I think.
Yeah.
So we will.
No, it's going to be a little bit further. It's April 14th, I believe. But
yeah, 40 days.
Obviously, though, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. And on the next one, we'll catch you then. And most importantly, fuck Lazio. You heard it.